Welcome to PM Movie Recaps. Today's pick is a sci-fi and thriller of 2019, Paradise Hills. If you're ready, let's enjoy the video. On a futuristic Earth, partygoers are dancing and enjoying. It's the wedding celebration of Uma and Sun. They are both from a high class called the Uppers. After Uma sings them all a song, and after all the guests praise Uma's fine etiquette and upbringing, she is beckoned by her new husband, Sun. They go to their marital bed, where Sun starts mentioning how difficult Uma was before, and how she is now fixed. Uma wakes up in a strange place, and her clothes are all dirty. Two men bring her a fancy breakfast, but Uma takes this opportunity to run away. She comes out to a strange maze-like building, and then to a beautiful garden. She runs past them until she comes to the sea. The people are still chasing her, so she hides in a cave. There, she meets another woman. The woman says she'll help Uma, and takes her away. However, the woman ends up leading her back to the mansion. The staff quickly grabbed hold of Uma and take her away. On the way, Uma notices lots of girls, all dressed neatly in white, and playing around in the garden. Uma is taken to the Duchess. The Duchess mentions how Uma recently had another big tantrum, and did not agree to marry Sun. She says that this is a place of physical and mental healing. But Uma does not care about that. The Duchess says that Uma will be here for 2 months, and asks her to keep an open mind until then. Hopefully, she will agree to marry Sun by then. Uma is then taken to her suite where she has 2 roommates. Chloe is fat and her parents sent her here, to be slim models like her sisters. But, she is happy with how she is. Yu, on the other hand, is angry about being here. Later, they sit down to dinner. However, their food and their milk have been rationed, to keep them slim and fit. As they're eating, Uma sees the girl from earlier who betrayed her. Chloe and Yu say that she is Amarna Vicario, a famous singer. However, they say that she's an alcoholic. When Uma goes to the washroom, Amarna meets up with her. She apologizes for misleading Uma earlier, because Uma would have gotten caught anyway, and the staff would have ended up finding the secret cave. She also says that she's not an alcoholic. It was just a rumor made up by her music label, to put her here. Apparently, she wanted to sing in her own voice, instead of using computer music. The next morning, the girls put on some new fancy white dresses, and get a complete makeover. Once they are done, Uma is taken to the Duchess for some mirror therapy. She is asked to talk about her personal issues with her mother, while looking at the mirror. But, Uma is still not comfortable with this place and leaves. Later, Uma is put on a wooden horse and locked in. She is then raised high up, after which, she gets a VR treatment of Sun, whom she is expected to marry. The video shows Sun doing rich things, while talking about how cool he is. The video plays again and again, until Uma is absolutely sick of it. It finally stops after a long time, by which time she has dug her nails on her palms. The staff come in and apologize, for accidentally putting her up there for so long. Uma immediately storms off to the Duchess and yells at her. She says that she won't marry Sun, because she already loves someone else. However, he is a lower and she is an upper, and her mother would never allow it. Despite being an upper, her family is broke. So, her mother wants her to marry Sun. Later, the girls discuss what they were shown. Chloe was shown beautiful and slim girls exercising, while Yu was shown things about her anxiety. She was sent her here to learn how not to be anxious around upper society. When she says that, the others cheer her up. The girls soon get used to their daily routines. They even start revealing a lot of their emotions in the mirror therapy. One day, Uma shows her friends a memory locket that her father made. It has a recording of when she was young, playing around with her father. Suddenly, she recognizes one of the gardeners. It's her lover, Marcus, from the lower class. Marcus tells her that he joined the staff, just so he could meet her and free her. He then takes her to a secret room, where he uses a remote to turn off the camera. He plans to take her away in the cargo boat soon. After that, they start making love. Amarna sees this, and starts crying out of jealousy. Chloe and Yu think that Marcus coming here was romantic. But, Amarna coldly says that Uma shouldn't trust Marcus. Uma is angry when she says this, but just then, Amarna is called to the front to sing. Amarna stops the music and starts singing in her own voice. The staff does not like her singing without the help of the computer, so they forcibly stop her and send her away. The next morning, they get news of a security breach. A man apparently came on a boat, but he's been caught now. Amarna takes Uma to the cave, and shows her a boat that the man brought. The man was apparently a secret contact of hers. She says that the mainland is only 10 miles from here, and they can row to freedom. She also says that the milk they drink puts them in deep sleep. Last night, she didn't drink and saw some staff moving the girls around. So, they plan to take the boat and escape. Despite Amarna's protests, Uma goes to tell Marcus of these new developments. That night, at dinner, the staff reveal that Amarna's treatment has been completed. She will be sent back home the next day. Both Amarna and Uma are shocked to hear this. The two of them then drink the milk and then immediately go to the washroom, where they puke it out. Amarna says that Uma and Marcus should take the boat now. When Uma asks where she can meet her, Amarna gives her hair clip with a secret map inside it. Amarna wishes her good luck, and then kisses her before leaving. That night, Uma does not fall asleep because she did not drink the milk. She sees some staff taking a girl away, just like Amarna said. She follows them but is stopped by the cameras. So, she has to go back. The next day, Uma gets another video treatment. This time, it shows her happy childhood with her parents, especially with her father. Uma starts tearing up seeing these fond memories. The video then shifts to her father's suicide, after his business was forcefully taken over by another company. The owner of that other company? Son, her potential husband. Uma starts panicking terribly, until she is taken down. She starts running away, but is immediately caught. Marcus sees this but does nothing to help her. Uma is taken to the first room, where two men bring her food, and the drugged milk. She drinks it and goes to sleep. When she wakes up, she is dragged to the Duchess. There, she is shown a video of Amarna. Amarna seems to be doing well, and enjoying her new life. The Duchess says that their therapy does work, as seen on Amarna. Also, Uma's treatment is done and she will be leaving tomorrow. Apparently, Uma had been sleeping for the past 2 weeks. So, Uma takes Chloe and Yu to the cave, and tells them that Amarna seemed different and strange. She suspects something fishy going on. So they plan to escape on the boat. Uma tells Marcus that she's being sent back, but does not reveal her escape plan to him. As they hug, she takes the camera remote from him. That night, at dinner, the girls drink the milk, and then go to puke it out one by one. At night, they are wide awake. The staff comes in and takes Yu away, saying that she still has one treatment session left. Uma and Chloe follow close behind, into a secret section of the mansion. There, they find some staff ready to operate on Yu. They interrupt the operation, and end up fighting. One of them puts a little sleeping gas on Yu, but they fight back and put him to sleep instead. Chloe, meanwhile, stabs the other man. Uma then takes a surgical knife, and they drag Yu away to another room. It turns out to be a control room, with details about all the girls living there. All their physical, mental, and emotional details have been carefully recorded. Uma even sees a recording of her making love with Marcus. She realizes that Marcus was lying to her, so she throws the remote away. It breaks open and is full of dirt. Just then, some men arrive, so the three of them run away into another room, which they lock behind them. The place has a pool there with lots of girls wearing bandages around their faces. They say that they are their substitutes. They went through lots of struggle, training, and surgeries to take their places in society. One of them even opens her bandage, to reveal herself as Yu's substitute. Another woman reveals herself, as a slimmer substitute for Chloe. She says that they're lowers, and this is their only chance at a decent future. Uma gets angry, saying that they may copy their physical and psychological characteristics, but there is one thing they can't copy. Their memories. She angrily hands over her memory locket to them. Just then, the staff arrives, so Chloe and Uma escape into an elevator. They come to a dungeon that leads out, into a strange garden. As they walk through, Chloe suddenly disappears. Back at the pool, the substitute Uma looks at the memory locket and starts contemplating her life. Meanwhile, Uma realizes that the place is full of dead girls. She hears Chloe and follows the sound. As she does so, some vines follow her. She comes across Chloe being strangled by a thick shrub. But, it's actually the Duchess. The Duchess immediately controls the vines and traps Uma. She then starts to strangle her, while roses bloom on her thorny vines. Just then, another Uma appears and says that she's the real one, while the one being strangled is the substitute. Real Uma says the opposite thing, and the Duchess starts getting confused. Uma takes this opportunity to stab the Duchess, with the surgical knife. Immediately, her roses wither and she dies. The garden also collapses around her. Suddenly, the dungeon starts falling all around them, so the two Umas escape. Meanwhile, the staff are all looking for Uma. Even Marcus. But Uma finds him first, and brings the knife to his throat. He says that he had given up on her, because the Duchess had said that Uma had chosen Sun over him. Uma leaves him and takes the boat out. Just then, someone on the radio asks if all is clear. Marcus says that it's all clear and the two Umas leave. As they row away, the substitute gives the locket back to the real one. She says that she's a lower, who had to work 16 hours a day to support her family, and her two younger brothers. A man promised to save her family if she did this job. A job that required her to leave her original identity behind, and become someone else. She gives her name as Anna. Anna reveals she cannot return to her former life, and so she and Uma develop a plan. Anna returns to Uma's wealthy family pretending to be Uma, and marries Sun. On their wedding night, she remains downstairs while Uma herself seduces Sun and stabs him before they can have sex. Anna is thus free from blame as she was downstairs among many witnesses when the murder occurred. Anna discovers Sun's body and screams for help, now free to live her life as a wealthy widow. Uma, having secured her revenge, flees into the night to begin a new life. Meanwhile, Anna is hugged by Uma's mother, who does not recognize her as the substitute. Thank you for watching, but before leaving, please make sure that you click subscribe and turn on the notification so that you can enjoy watching more videos like this.